Thank you very much, Clara Marvelia, for the invitation to participate in this excellent conference, and thank you for people who've come along. Thank you too for the panelists for coming, in some cases, from a long way away to participate in this gathering. Well, I have been given 3 things I'd like to pick up on from the previous panel. The first I'd like to mention is, how do we want to live? The second question is bees, and the third question was inclusion or adequate services provision for handicapped people. Let me say something about myself. My name is Andreas Krüger. I'm the managing director of the Modular Project Limited Liability Company, a small company in Berlin, a spin-off of a larger company called Modular. Modular deals worldwide in materials for people in the creative industry, professionals in this branch of the economy. It's quite well spread worldwide, but it's active in a niche segment of the economy, and it makes creativity possible, essentially. Now, why am I sat up here on the panel, Clara? Well, 5 years ago, we asked ourselves how it is that we want to live and work. A small company based in the Kreuzberg district of Berlin was looking for a new location. We saw an open area, a sick area, if you like, a derelict area in the city, in Moritzplatz, at the interface between the districts of Mitte and Kreuzberg, a completely forgotten, neglected part of the city, and set one but from the bottom of the table in Berlin's social atlas. That is a mapping of the social conditions in the city. What is the rate of illness, the level of educational qualifications, how many people on income support, and so on and so forth. That's the social atlas. And what motivates a company to get together with people to address this sort of issue? After all, we're not politicians, we're not a super audit political institution. No, we said, if politicians can't come up with the goods here, and the public institutions can't do it either, in other words, to develop areas of this kind, then perhaps it is up to small networks of startups and others to get together and do something. Therefore, we approached the Berlin Senate in Berlin, went on up to Brussels and acquired an old piano manufacturing facility at Moritzplatz, and together with partners from all walks of life, we have now built up a large-scale building, 20,000 square meters, and we have these materials I spoke about earlier on for the creative industry. There's an integration project for delinquent youth and for young people who are willing to work, and a kindergarten and other facilities. Now, coming back to the aspect of bees, now we found across the way a brownfield site, the first Wertheim department store in history, forgotten for 65 years, fenced in. So we approached the Berlin Senate and said, okay, now we want to do something to heal this part of the city, provide people with land, and talk to urban farming activists who have got together with others to make progress. We said we need low-level officers to make sure that those who I mentioned at the outset, who've been unhitched from developments in society, and we want to give them an opportunity to participate. In other words, people who have no income, that they have land given to them, opportunities opened up to them, without them having to pay anything, without having to write applications for funds or support or anything like this to queue up in line for some sort of benefits. No. They were able to acquire this land, make use of the land. So I don't want to go into more details here, but the upshot was that this entire neighborhood has been reinvigorated. Last week, I attended a conference. There is a survey currently underway about people's employment, people's subjective well-being, or how they perceive their health in this neighborhood. And interesting enough, I mentioned bees just and that were used in the surrounding area. We have Aqua Carré, there's the Beta House, and there you have bees that are looking for the opportunity to engage in pollination. So let me extend my greetings to Sweden. I was in Kiviksmusteri at the weekend and talked to the beekeepers there. So the Swedes have special activity, not just in Helsingfors, but also in the southern part of the country too. Have a great deal to offer and are very well aware of the fact of what bees can do. As I come back to Asperger's syndrome, that was mentioned earlier on. What is also entering here is the kindergarten that we have set up on our premises, the modular premises, and put that in the level of responsibility of the management. So we had the motto, children up top. We wanted to visualize that in practical terms. So on the top floor, we have a facility set up for them there with a balcony. They have an inclusion concept that they pursue so that severely handicapped people will be incorporated as well. And over above that, there's a model project that we launched where we tried to ease the burden of young people by having a 24/7 approach. In other words, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the children could stay there with practicing sleep in together with parents or siblings in order to ease the burden on the families affected. And the word has got around that this is available as a facility in the meantime. And without the politicians coming up with a master plan or us being supplied with a great deal of money, the deputy mayor of Detroit has come along to have a look at this because he thinks some parts of his inner city areas are in need of improvement and renovation. The centre of Hamburg was there, representatives of Mannheim, Heidelberg, Dresden, Milan, The Hague have been there too. It's interesting to note that if you become involved and you are able to bring about an improvement in certain parts of the urban environment, that word gets put about very much indeed that this may well turn out to be a model that will attract more and more people. And let me just say something about the Berlin Municipal Cleaning and Garbage Collection Services as well. There's a magazine as well that's producing a Neuland special supplement, and the Berlin Cleaning Service has become a subscriber here because it has said that the example set by our neighbourhood could serve to be a benefit to others. So thank you very much for your collection. Come along to Marktplatz Square, have a beer there of an evening in the Prinzessin Gardens. It's certainly going to